Hey man, same man. What's going on with it, YouTube? It's your boy Dame Ain't the Same, and today it's gonna be a little different video. So right now I'm actually gonna be recording y'all and showing y'all my 2025 updated sneaker collection. I've always been a shoe head. I've been into shoes for as early as I can remember, and I still am a shoe lover. I'm just, a little bit more controlled in what I buy. But today I'm gonna give you guys an updated shoe video of everything that I have in my collection, from the first shoe that I got all the way to the most recent shoe that I got. And it definitely isn't the biggest shoe collection as compared to other ones on YouTube that you guys may have seen, but it's definitely one of the most curated, and it's full of shoes that I not only love, but it's of shoes that I wear. There's not one dead stock shoe on this wall, and that's because I love all my shoes and I wear all my shoes. So I hope you guys enjoy this video as you're watching it. But if not further ado, let's get into this video.
Like damn, she in her move. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her move. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Sucking my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like 1 million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rump. Big boobs in the bus, they plump. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend.
And the first shoe in my collection is the Jordan 1 High Chicago, or the Reimagined. I got this shoe when it released, but I have a crazy story with this shoe. So I was actually in class and I joined the JD Sports weight room. I'm pretty sure they still do it nowadays, but I haven't used their app in forever. I want to say in-store reservations went live at 8 a.m. So I went on it at 8 a.m. in the entire waiting room. I'm not even playing, for maybe an hour and 10 minutes. It wasn't until past 9. Like, I was still in class, mind you. In class for the whole 50 minutes. Once I got released at 9, your boy's still in the waiting room. So I'm here still with my phone, walking through the halls, and I finally get through, but there's only a size 9 left. And your boy's a size 10, 10 and a half. So waiting in that room for an hour, I'm like, you know what? Might as well leave with something than leave with nothing. So I got a size 9, and one of my boys from Corpus, Geo, he actually had my size 10 and a half. So I told him I had a 9. He had a 10 and a half. I said, what we doing? But yeah, so that's the first shoe in my collection. And we go to the second shoe. We have the Jordan 1 High Travis Scott OG. And just like the Chicago's, this is another one from your boy Gio. This is a shoe that I've always wanted, because whenever I was in high school, this was essentially the shoe to have. But back then, the prices are crazy. And even when I got them, the prices were crazy. But I had a lot of shoes that I had bought, regular GRs from releases, all the way until I got this shoe. I want to say I got it in 2022, 2023. But I want to say I traded a Jordan 1 patent bred, a Jordan 6 Georgetown, a few other GRs, and I want to say I put like 150 cash on top. And I was able to get one of my dream shoes that I've always seen and that I've always wanted. All right, so now we're on to shoe number 3. This is the Jordan 1 High Turbo Green OG. And again, this is a Geo pair, so shout out Geo. I've always wanted the Turbo Greens, and whenever this shoe released in the foot action in my mall, I saw these sitting. I walked in the foot action, I would say at least 10 times, saw these every single time, never got it. And it's probably one of the biggest regrets that I made, because I'm pretty sure they were on sale in foot action. And unfortunately, I had to pay resale for these. But you know what? It's okay. I'm not even mad. They're here in the collection and I have them. But this is honestly one of my favorite Jordan 1 colorways, like, ever. You can't go wrong with the color blocking. And just something with this teal green color, it hits, bro. But I'm super glad that I finally have this in my collection now. And now on to the next shoe. So right here we have the Jordan 1 High Rookie of the Years. This was actually the shoe I wore during graduation when I graduated from college. And the reason why I wore this shoe to graduate, it has MJ's rookie stats whenever he was with the Bulls. Well, whenever I graduated, I was the major of the year and student of the year for Kingsville and for my department. So I wore them because I was technically the rookie of the year in my own way. I was a student of the year and I was major of the year. So the of the year theme kind of stuck and hit. So that's why your boy rocked these. But now I'm never getting rid of them because I graduated them. So I'm super happy that I got these in my collection. And I'm going to do all these 3 shoes at the same time. These are all my Air Kais. If you guys aren't familiar with Eric Kai, he's a fashion designer. He makes badass clothes and shoes. And there's a lot of controversy and hate towards him because he obviously took a very similar silhouette and basically flipped it and made it his own by adding his crazy materials and designs to him. And whether you hate him or love him, you got to respect what he did because I'm a Jordan head. I was a Jordan head growing up. More than likely will be a Jordan head until I die. And I love JB, but they are not doing this to their shoes. Like they are not being creative. They're not being different and trying out different leathers and putting together good stories with their shoes like they used to. But Kai is collabing with like Han Fem. He did his own what the whenever he put all his different colorways and patterns together. Made a St. Patrick's Day shoe. Like his creativity is crazy, along with his design and materials that he used for his shoes. I mean, who's out here putting corduroy on a shoe, man? Like, so Kai, if you seeing this, I rock with you, bro. And all that opposition you get, just use it as fire and keep on going, bro. The culture rocks with you, bro. Keep going for real. Okay, next shoe in the collection is going to be the Air Jordan 1 Low Shadow OG. If you know me, I love my high tops, but low tops have a very special place in my heart. Shout out to my girl. She actually caught me these as a gift for one of our anniversaries. And I mean, a gray and black Jordan 1 Low, you can't really go wrong with it. And it's just a reliable colorway, man. Like you can really wear this with whatever and just can't go wrong with this. So shout out baby for copping these for me. And yeah, on to the next shoe. Next shoe we got is a Jordan 1 Low Starfish, aka Shattered Backboard 2.0 Low. And again, Jordan 1 Low, you can't go wrong with it. Chicago color blocking, except the red, you have orange. Super nice, crisp leather. I mean, look at that, bro. I think I've worn these to work out a few times. And I've also, just wearing them casually, but these shoes get worn. One of my favorites and definitely most underrated Jordan 1 lows, in my opinion. Next shoe we have the Air Jordan 1 Low Bleached Coral. This pink is actually like a suede nubuck. It's a very nice material, but in my opinion, it gets really dirty. Like I have these two little black mark stains that I cannot get off. So, I mean, you get what you get, but hey, again, Jordan 1 Low, super easy. I don't really wear pink as much as I want to, and I'm looking at my clothes right now, and I don't have a lot of pink. I have maybe like two shirts that have pink in it, but hey, just wear all black, wear all white, pop this out. It's gonna be a win every single time. Next shoe we have, I'm actually gonna take both of them out because they are different on each shoe. This is the Air Jordan 1 Low SB Lance Mountain. If you guys aren't familiar with this shoe, whenever you get them, they don't come like this. They come in an all over sand color with a rip style material on top, and then underneath has the Jordan 1 Low UNC and the Jordan 1 Low Royal. So me being arts and craftsy and seeing what was going on with it, I got a straight edge and I pretty much just went to school on them. And yeah, I did this. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, these are one of my favorite shoes. I use these for the gym a lot. I've been wearing blue more often than I realized. And no matter if you have a light blue or a dark blue, the shoe's gonna go with it. So this is definitely one of my favorite shoes, and these are probably the most beat shoe that I have up here. But hey, I wear my shoes. The next shoe I have in the collection is the Air Jordan 2 Low Virgil Abloh colorway. And if I'm being honest, I like the white and red colorway a little bit more than these just because I do prefer lighter colors than darker colors for shoes. When I saw Gio post these and the steel that he put them for, I mean, I couldn't say no because here they are. But yeah, I really like these shoes. Whenever I wear them, I do get a lot of compliments. A lot of people seem to rock with these. And you have MJ's signature on the top. Of course, your off-white branding and the off-white branding on the inner side of the shoe. But it's a beautiful shoe, all black with a little hit of blue. You can't go wrong with it. And I want to say it comes with different shoelaces, but those are in the closet and I'm not going to pull those out. So yeah, Air Jordan 2 Low Virgil Abloh. Shout out Gio. To kick off the fourth row, we have the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray colorway. I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan 3s, but I will say that this is definitely my favorite colorway in the Jordan 3. I was looking on eBay and I want to say I copped these for $100. I kind of lowballed the guy a little bit, but he accepted it. I actually had these a long time ago, but if you guys aren't aware, back in 2021, I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my life. And because of that, my foot actually got bigger. So back then, I was a size 11 and a half. And whenever I lost all my weight and got back to my high school weight, I went all the way from an 11 and a half to a 10, 10 and a half. And yeah, I had so many shoes that were size 11 and a half. If I can find a picture, I'm going to place it up on the video. But I had a lot of good stuff in 11 and a half. but all 11 and a halves are now gone. These are all my size. I wear all of these shoes, but this was the one that I had and I had to sell it. But now I got it back. So shout out eBay for bringing this shoe back into my collection. Next shoe we got is the Air Jordan 3 A Ma Maniere. I actually got exclusive access for this on the sneakers app. And back then it was going for bread. So my mindset was, hey, get them on exclusive access. If you wear them, you wear them. If you don't, you can at least make some money on it. But I actually undead stocked them not so long ago. And yeah, it's a nice shoe. Nice materials, Nike Air on the back, a quilted sock liner inside for that little luxurious feel. But yeah, Air Jordan 3 on my money. Next shoe we have in the collection is the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue. This is actually my favorite Jordan 4 of all time. I got this on a link from Twitter on Shoe Palace and I saw it and here they are. Nike Air on the booty cheeks in the back. Yeah, man. I love the shoe. I love that's in my collection. And I wear this, man. But I try not to wear it so much because they're already creased and they look pretty nasty. But hey, fuck it. But yeah, Jordan 4 Military Blue. And now we're on to the Jordan 5s, and this is going to be the Air Jordan 5 DJ Khaled We the Best in the crimson colorway. I'm a huge DJ Khaled fan, and 5s are my favorite Jordan silhouette, but this shoe hits a little bit closer to home. Like I mentioned before, I was bigger. I was 245 pounds, and whenever I was in my weight loss journey, this was around the time that this shoe had came out. And whenever it comes to New Year's resolutions, I'm not the kind of person to always have them, and when it comes to the new year, every January, I always do 21 days of prayer and fasting. I am in Texas, but I'm a huge fan of Mike Todd and Transformation Church. So whenever I'm on YouTube or Spotify, I always make time to listen to them because Pastor Mike is probably the best pastor that I've ever listened to in my life. But whenever I was doing 21 days of prayer and fasting, their church and their tradition, they always have a word of the year. So every single year that Transformation Church does their word of the year, I also try to ask for a word of the year from God for my life. And whenever I was doing my 21 days of prayer and fasting for that year, God had told me that my word of the year was keep going. And that really hit hard with me because during that time, I was trying to transform myself from being 245 all the way down to 190. And there was a point that I hit where it was like really hard to actually keep going to lose that weight because I was so comfortable being at that point. But whenever God told me to keep going, it gave me fire to not give up in my weight loss journey. And what's crazy about this shoe is that on the insides, underneath the tongue, on both of them, they say keep going. This is the pair that says keep, and this one's the one that says going. So this shoe hits a little bit closer to home for me because not only it being a really fire Jordan 5 colorway, but this does remind me of my weight loss journey and my fasting journey for that New Year's. And I know they're a loud colorway, they're really crazy, but because of my story, I'll never get rid of them. And on the back, it says Nike Air, we the best branding. It also says we the best branding on the bottom, but they are dirty because I wear my shoes. But yeah, but this is definitely one of the most sentimental pairs that I have, and I'll never get rid of them. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. All right, the next Jordan 5 that we have is the Air Jordan 5 Off-White Sail colorway, and this is actually my favorite off-white shoe. Jordan 5s being my favorite silhouette, this one being a more lighter colorway. I mean, look at that bottom. It's so dirty, but hey, that's what shoes are for. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite off-white of all time. I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but that toe is beat and it is stained, and I do not know how to get it out. This is the only Jordan 9 that I have, and in my opinion, it's the best Jordan 9 of all time. This is the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blue. I actually got this when I was in Las Vegas over New Year's with my girl. I actually got this at Cool Kicks. I've been watching Cool Kicks for a long time on YouTube, and I've never been to California to visit their Melrose location. But whenever I saw them opening up a store in Las Vegas, I knew that was my opportunity. I actually got it for $120, it being like worn one time. So super happy that I got this. Shout out Cool Kicks for that. And now we on to the Jordan 11s. This is the Air Jordan 11 in the cool gray colorway. If it wasn't for the next shoe coming up, this would be the best Jordan 11 of all time. But because of that shoe, this is number two. This is just a clean shoe, bro. You can wear this with pants. You can wear this with denims. You can wear this with basketball shorts. You can dress this up, dress this down. You could just wear this if you want. You kids just can't go wrong with that suede on top. Higher cut patent leather for the newer releases. 2-3 stamped on the trans stamp. Just can't go wrong with it, bro. Good shoe to have in the collection. And now we are on to my favorite and the best shoe of all time. And it's so good, I got two pairs. This right here is the Air Jordan 11 Bread colorway. The reason I have two pairs, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So this one right here is the 2019 Air Jordan 11 Bread. This one right here is the Bread from 2011. But the reason why this shoe is my favorite shoe of all time is because I have a crazy story when it comes to these shoes. Not this one, but this one in particular. I first got this shoe whenever it first came out in 2011, and it's such a crazy story. So my dad used to work for this mattress company before he was at his current job. And my dad used to be the warehouse manager. He was always in charge of distribution, what came in, what came out, making new orders, things like that. So there's a few of his workers that were crazy into J's too. And whenever this shoe came out back then, one of them had bought the shoe and placed it in the warehouse because they were warehouse employees. My dad saw the shoebox, opened it, knew what these were, and just let them sit because he figured one of them left it, so he was going to give them a chance to pick it up. Well, some time went by, and one day, whenever my dad was going to leave, he saw the shoebox still there in the corner. So he picked up the shoebox, went to his employees, and called them up and said, "Hey, there's an Air Jordan 11 Bread over here. Like, did any of y'all leave it?" Whenever he asked them, they all said no. So now my dad's tripping. Is like, how the hell did this shoe get here if no one's claiming it? He hit up everybody. Everybody said it wasn't their shoe. So my dad pretty much said, well, now it's my shoe. So he actually brought this home to me. I don't remember what size the shoe was. I want to say it was maybe two sizes bigger than what I actually was back then because I was still a kid. But I loved this shoe so much that I wore this everywhere that I went. I wore this to church. I wore it to school. I wore it to the grocery store. I wore it outside to play basketball in the caliche. If you don't know what caliche is, it's pretty much just rocks. So I played these in my caliche basketball, played them at school on the actual basketball courts, and I really wore these into the ground. This isn't the exact shoe that I had when I was a kid. This is another pair from 2012 in my size because that shoe back then doesn't fit me anymore and I threw them away. The reason I threw them away is because the sole literally peeled off from the bottom because of how much I wore them and because of where I wore them. And again, shout out Gio. He posted on his Instagram that he had these in my size from 2011. And when I saw them, I'm like, bro, do not get rid of them. I will buy them right now. So I literally met up with him that exact same day, damn near exact same moment, and I copped them. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but they're starting to talk a little bit to your boy on the side. So they are still wearable, even though they are peeling, but more than likely I'm gonna take them off, re-glue them so they can actually be brought back to life and I can wear them more efficiently. So this is the one from 2012, and the one from 2019 was actually from my cousin. I want to say he's a size 11, and his mom had copped him a size 10 and a half. And I saw that, and I was like, "Is that your size?" And he said, "No." And I was like, "Let me buy it." So I bought that shoe from my cousin. So that one has a little cool little story too because that was his shoe, but now it's my shoe because it fits me. I'm gonna do these two at the same time because they're essentially the same shoe, just different colors. But this is going to be the Air Jordan 12 Cherry, and this is the Air Jordan 12 Blueberry. I love Air Jordan 12s. I just don't have a lot in my collection because I'm waiting for the ones that are going to be dropped to actually come out. And when they come out, they're going to be on the wall. Just super fire shoes. You cannot really go wrong with them. You can wear this again, like with the Jordan 11 Bread, with anything. And this one you could really wear with anything too. And I actually wore these blueberries one time in the mud. Yeah, that happened. So I need to wear these to actually get that mud off. And the next shoe we got in the collection is the Reebok Question Kobe Bryant PE. This is the only Reebok that I have in my collection, and it's more than likely going to be the only Reebok that I have because I'm not the biggest Reebok fan. But I mean, you can't go wrong with this shoe. And a cool little story, every time that I've gone out of town, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, and even Corpus, I would see this shoe in the Foot Lockers, the Champs, the JDs, the Shoe Palaces, and I would always pick it up, but I would never buy it. And the reason why I feel like I never bought it is because I was trying to wait for it to go on sale for me to actually pull the trigger. And I was on a date with my girl. We were walking around the mall, and I actually saw this shoe. I'm not even playing. I want to say it was $69.99. And retail, I believe, on these is like what, 130, 140. So whenever I saw this for damn near half off, I looked for my size 10 and I said, give me that, bro. I need it right now. So I literally tried these on when I was in the store and wore them out the same day. I was wearing my cool grays when I went to the mall that day, and I left with this on my feet and that in the box. But just a cool little story on how I got them, and now they'll never leave the collection. And now we're done with all the Air Jordans. So now we're going to head into the Air Forces. But the first one we got is going to be the Air Force One Low Supreme in the white colorway. I saw this drop on Supreme's website, and I love Air Forces. If I wasn't a Jordan head, I would definitely just be an Air Force guy and wear Air Forces just every day casually. So yeah, super clean, super subtle. I mean, that Supreme is so small, you can barely even see it. And I didn't even know this, but it actually has Supreme right here on the lace tag. I don't know if you guys can see it. So once I found that, I was like, this is a cool little hit, you know? But yeah, Air Force One Low Supreme. Can't go wrong with it. Easy everyday shoe to wear. And the next shoe we have is the Air Force One Low in the Certified Lover Boy Drake Nocta colorway. I love this shoe so much, and I actually made probably one of the biggest mistakes when wearing this. Recently, I went to go see Tyga in Las Vegas with my girl. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm just gonna pop it right there for y'all to check out. But I actually wore this shoe in the club to go see him, and there was people fighting, there was people spilling drinks, there was people stepping on my shoe, and it literally just made a huge mess. Like, the shoe is pretty trashed, but it's nothing that I can't clean. I just haven't cleaned them yet. I don't know why I haven't cleaned them, but I think I just put them here on the wall and then just figured they would clean by itself magically, but they haven't. Guys, please take my advice. If you go into the club to see a rapper or to see anybody for that matter, don't wear all white shoes. Wear some black shoes, please. But now we're on to my next shoe, which is the Air Force One Low Off-White Virgil Abloh in the Volt colorway. This shoe has been worn so much for me that it literally discolored. Like, if you know what this shoe looks like brand new, you'd look at this shoe and probably think it's fake, but trust me, it's real. I just wear it. Yeah, one of my reseller homies in San Antonio posted this on his story, and for a crazy price too. I want to say I got them used for like $300, like super steal. So I copped them from him, met up with him in San Antonio one day, and yeah, here they are, never left. So this is the only Air Force One off-white that I have, and I really love the black one, but I'm not gonna lie, resale on it is very high, and even for used, it is very high. So I don't know if that'll ever get added into my collection, but if your boy finds that black one for a good deal, trust me, they will be in my collection. And I'm actually going to do these at the same time as well. But these are my Donny the Diebuck shoes. We have his Lucky 7 in the taxi colorway. And we also have his Donny the Diebuck in this crazy suede green with his little fluffy white little laces. I'm not gonna lie, man. He does some crazy colors and some weird, outlandish materials, but I like my weird shit. And I want to say I copped these two whenever he did his Black Friday sales on Instagram. I got them in a mystery box, so I wasn't really sure which one I was going to get from him. And whenever I saw that it was these two, your boy was very happy. So yeah, so these are my two Donny the Diebucks. Again, super fire. So Donny, if you seen this, bro, hey, we rock with you out here, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Alrighty, so now we're on to my dunks. The first dunk that we have in the collection is the Nike Dunk Low in Dusty Olive colorway. This is the re-release of the shoe. I remember the shoe releasing for the first time and it going for $300 to $400. Whenever I saw that, I was like, I love this shoe a lot, but not $300, $400 a lot. So whenever this shoe re-released, I was actually in class again, and I got the sneakers app notification of it re-releasing, and yeah, I copped for retail. I want to say it was $110. I want to say this dropped with the St. Mary's dunk. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, bro, like, it's just a super nice shoe. Materials are really premium for being $110. They are very different colors, and depending on your color palette with your clothes, you may not be able to wear this as much, but this is definitely one of my favorite dunks of all time. And look at that bottom, bro. Ooh, I might wear these today. But yeah, so Dusty Olives, super clean shoe. And now we're on to my second Dunk Low, but this one's actually a Nike ID. So I got a notification one time through Nike to do a Nike ID for a dunk, and I had just gotten paid when I got the notification, so I was like, why not? So if you guys can tell, it's actually like a crocodilian leather on literally the entire upper. So it gives it a very bougie, fancy look to it, with a nice little Nike thing on the lace front. And yeah, this was a gum bottom, but I wore them a lot, and now it's not a gum bottom. Yeah, super crazy shoe. I actually need to wear these more because I haven't worn them in a while. But yeah, man, Nike Dunk Low ID. On to the next one. And this is actually the only Converse that I have in my collection. And as you can tell, there are no laces. I lost the laces and I have to go find them. I know they're somewhere in my house, but I just have to find where I put them. But before I was a Jordan head or any kind of shoe head, I was a Converse guy. In high school, I was a power lifter. So wearing these to power lift, wearing them to class, wearing them to athletics, it was an all purpose shoe essentially for me. So I wore Converses literally everywhere. I had a white pair of Converses, a black pair of Converses, I had a red pair, and then I also had this baby blue teal pair. And yeah, just an all around easy shoe. Can't go wrong with a Converse. It's an essential for anybody, in my opinion, and it just won't ever get out of style. It's easy like that. I'm gonna do these two shoes at the same time as well, but these are my two off-white Trailblazer lows that I have in the collection. This is the white and red colorway and the black and green colorway. I got this one in SneakerCon Houston with my boy Delonte, and I actually copped this one on eBay probably about a year ago. These are not everybody's cup of tea. They have the regular leather with the shoelaces, along with like this yellow and green lace that's on top of it. Again, I like what I like, and I like my weird shit. This counts as the weird shit. It's just super crazy concepts. Like, look at the back of these shoes, bro. Like, if you really want to, you dang near stab somebody with this, bro. You take somebody out, break into your house with them. Has the off-white branding in the inside, on the inside of that one as well. Then, of course, this crazy overlay pattern that y'all see with the laces, and this little fang tooth kickback that you'll take somebody's shins out if you kick them with it. But yeah, just super crazy shoes, and probably one of the most unusual off whites, I would definitely say by far. But hey, I like them. Now we're on to my only and favorite pair of Nike Cortezes. I first got this pair back when I was in high school. I was actually going to see NF back in Houston. And before I went to go see him, I went by the Houston Galleria and I copped these at Foot Action. Quick moment in silence for my Foot Action people. Okay, thank you very much. I copped these when I copped my Jordan 9s in Las Vegas, except these I copped at the Nike store, and I actually got them on sale. They're for $68 when I want to say retail was like, what, 90, 100 bucks. A lot of people want to hate on the Cortezes out there, but hey, they can do whatever they want because I like them. And now we're on to the only New Balance that I have, but this is the New Balance 2002R in the green and white colorway. Just like the Shadow Lows, these were a gift from my girl for one of my anniversaries in the past, and these are probably one of the most comfortable shoes that I have in my collection. I wear these casually, but I have worn them to the gym. They're super comfortable, so if you guys aren't a New Balance lover, I have never been. I've just appreciated them, and I was always so skeptical about ever getting a New Balance because, like, oh, like it's New Balance, like it's like Skechers, they're corny, blah 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 blah. But hey, don't knock them until you try them because ever since I got these shoes, my mind's literally been changed. But again, shout out baby for getting these shoes for me. Only New Balance shoe I have, but more than likely more will be coming to the collection. And now we're on to the last row, and we're on to my only pair of Nike Spiridons in this gray and chrome white colorway. And this was another gift from my girl, but this was actually for Christmas. So 'tis the season to be jolly. I am jolly. Thank you for the gift. I love you so much. But yeah, man, this is definitely like giving athletic trainer coach vibes. So if I ever become an athletic director or a coach, I got the shoes for it. But it's a crazy shoe. I'll definitely dress these up in some denims, a big baggy tee with a fresh cut. This shoe is gonna hit. Trust me, it's gonna hit every time. But love this shoe. Only Spiridon that I have. It might be the only Spiridon I ever have because this is probably the best Spiridon that they got. But again, shout out baby for these. And now we're on to the only Van that I have in my collection. But these are the Van old school in this puffy remixed version of an old school. I got these in Houston with my boy Delonte. I want to say this was the same trip that I got the off-white, that I got the Blazers with him at SneakerCon. But I got these shoes at one of the malls that were in Houston, and I have always wanted this shoe, but I just never pulled the trigger and got them. But once I saw him get it, I was like, hey, bro, if you get those shoes, I'm going to get them with you. So I added these into the collection. They're just so cool. I've always been a Van appreciator, and I've had my fair share in Vans growing up, being in high school and things like that. But whenever I saw these come out, I'm like, these are definitely going to be one of them ones. Easy everyday shoe to have if you don't know what to wear. Black and white goes with everything. And it has, like, it's so, like, I don't know, it's fat and puffy. Like, look at these laces, man. They look so neat. But yeah, so this is the only Van that I have in the collection. But now we're on to the second to the last shoe. This is the Air Max 97 in the green, red, orange, and white colorway. Special little story with this shoe. This is actually the first shoe that I ever bought with my own money. And I saved enough to get these from my champs in Corpus. Back then, whenever I was a kid, my mindset in buying shoes, my philosophy was that whenever I looked at a shoe wall, the first shoe that stuck and got my attention was the best shoe on the wall. This was the best shoe on the wall that caught my attention. So I got them, tried them on. They were definitely out of my comfort zone back then, being a Converse kid. But I saw them, I tried them on, and I knew I needed them. But yeah, man, just a good story that I had. I remember trying them on, like literally to this day, my pops being right there checking my toe to see if they fit. A super sentimental story with them. I'll never get rid of them. This is the first shoe that I've ever got in my collection, and it will more than likely stay that way forever. And now on to the last shoe in my collection. Drum roll, please. Bah. We have the Adidas Yeezy 350 V1 in the pirate black colorway. I got this from one of the local shoe conventions that were here in Corpus. Before I had went to Vegas for my first time last year, I wanted like a all-around comfy shoe to wear, walk around, not get blisters, not worry about being in pain, and I copped these before I left. This is the only Yeezy that I have in my collection. I do like other Yeezys, like I love the V2 Zebras, I love the V1 Turtle Doves, and I love my fair share in Yeezy slides. But for now, these are the only Yeezys that I have in the collection. I mean, minus the slides that I wear every day. These are literally my old reliable Yeezy slides that I wear literally every single day. So besides these are the only Yeezy shoe that I have in my collection. And yeah, definitely all black, and you just can't go wrong with it. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for my 2025 shoe collection. It was a lot of shoes, but regardless of that, I still hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know if you want to see an updated video for next year, or maybe even a closet video. I have a lot of crazy tees and crazy jeans that I have in my closet. But whatever you want to see, let me know down below. Give me some ideas in the comments. But until the next one, man, I hope you guys have a good one whenever you're seeing this video. And until the next video, go get yours.
Like damn, she in her move. Like damn, she in her move.